Season 3 of Chefs and Deliciousness starts right now. Woo! Right now. Trey's Chat on Live. Hey, guys. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Doing real good. We're back again for another Friday. We're going to go through some information here, local and national news, and we're going to get with old David Slaughter here in Lincoln. And it's not Abraham Lincoln, it's Lincoln. All right, as you know, Texas is 100% open. Everybody knows that. And we're finding out that it's probably going to be 50-50. Some restaurants are going to require masks, some are not, depending on where you are. Just try to be respectful of others. Some people are doing it for different reasons. So just respect your fellow Texans. That's all I want to say about that. And I want y'all to be sure and respect the local and support local, because the problem you're going to have now is a lot of these people have not had help. Have not had enough help.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're back up at 100%.
They need
People
help,
are going to be standing around screaming, hollering, and, man, where's my food? And I don't want to see it. And you're going to have to be patient.
Yeah.
Respectful
Absolutely.
and patient. And you know what I mean. It's
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like opening up a floodgate.
It is, man.
Because they couldn't hire a bunch of people before. They didn't know it was going to open up.
Right.
So,
right. A lot of people hurting right now.
and they won't come back to work because they're on the dole, on the take.
Yeah.
Like my daddy used to say, on the dole. On the government dole. And as I just said a while ago, some restaurants are still going to require masks. Be respectful about that. All right, as you know, the House passed a $28.6 billion bill for restaurant relief. And here's what's funny. I was reading this a while ago. I was reading it a while ago, and it shocked me. They said that the most one restaurant could get was $5 million. You better put your dibs in, buddy.
$5 million.
You're capped at $5 million per restaurant.
Hey, we need to know who to call on that. We need a contact.
Yeah, $5 million
unbelievable.
per one restaurant and $10 million per restaurant group.
Unbelievable. Man.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's
isn't
a lot
it?
of money. It is.
That'll get you out of a hole. April 10th, Frisco Uncorked. Frisco Uncorked, April 10th. Check it out. You can Google it or go to Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and put in Frisco Uncorked. It's an awesome wine and food event, and then you get your tickets. They put that back on because the mask mandate's over with. And then also last weekend, the new restaurant in Dallas opened on the 42nd floor. It has the best views of any restaurant in North Texas. 42nd floor, and it's all glass all the way around. Wow. It's called the Monarch. If you're curious about it, you ought to Google it. It's a neat deal. Awesome restaurant.
Yeah, very nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Wow.
I like new restaurants.
Yeah,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean? All right, we're going to get into it now with the Slaughter boys, the Slaughter Oasis boys.
It. Slaughter BBQ Oasis.
That's it,
man.
baby.
In the house.
So we got David.
That's right.
And we got Lincoln.
Yep.
And Lincoln, I'm gonna put you on the hot spot because I'm gonna tell you. You just told me a story, and I got to do this because I thought this was really neat. You know, I love stories.
Yeah.
So things go better with stories. So Lincoln, I want you to tell everybody how you got your name Lincoln.
So my dad's a welder, and so everyone thinks I got my name from a welder.
Right.
But I was always told he just pulled a penny out of his pocket. So
And there it is.
And there it is.
Yeah.
You pulled a penny out. I'm going to tell you something. Some people agonize over names for weeks and
Yeah,
months and
I
even
know.
9 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he just pulled a penny out of his pocket.
Pull a penny out of your pocket, and the man, the myth, the legend born right
That's
there,
right.
man.
And actually, the name Lincoln's a cool name anyway.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
my name Trey was derived because I'm the third uno dos tres. So that was, really.
That works.
When I was in high school, and when I was going to school and college and everything,
Nice.
people would say, "Is your son going to be Quattro?" I used to get that all the time.
So
No.
you're third generation Trey.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool.
So David, let's talk about a little bit. Where
Yeah,
are you
man.
from originally?
I'm from Katy, Texas originally.
Katy,
And,
Texas.
yeah. Moved to North Texas in 2004.
Yeah.
And I was working for a beer distributor in Houston, and the girl I was dating at the time, which would now be my wife.
Okay. Oh, you y'all still together?
Yeah. So
That's
she
nice.
Was going to college in North Texas, and she got about her junior year of college and said, "Hey, don't think I'm coming home." And man, hey, I come trailing along.
Boy,
so,
you're just like a little puppy
I
dog.
got lucky, man. I worked for a beer distributor that got me transferred up here, and it worked out.
what was the beer?
worked out. No, it was a Budweiser
Oh,
distributor.
okay.
Yeah.
They're big, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're huge.
2004, that's when Katy was just starting to really grow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It is not what it is today.
Now it's just part of Houston, basically.
Yeah.
Because it
it's
really,
unbelievable. It's massive.
once you
huge.
start there, it just continues all the way.
Yeah, and it is massive.
Yeah.
Massive. So,
I don't like being stuck on that 610 on that loop down there, boy.
rush hour.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Man, when I was a kid, I-10 was 4 lanes, two east, 2 west, and now I think it's 12 to 14
still
lanes.
backed up.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, still backed up. So you moved to North Texas.
Moved to North Texas, man.
When did you start cooking barbecue? That's what I want to know.
I've always been around it, you know. My
grandfather, for real, right?
Grew up with my granddad cooking barbecue, but it wasn't really. I didn't get serious about barbecue until about 2013.
Okay.
So I read about 2 guys in Texas Monthly Magazine, and
Daniel Vaughn.
It was Daniel Vaughn wrote the article.
He's the man.
He's the man, dude. And told my wife we were coming back from San Antonio. I said, man, I'd really like to check out this little place that I read about, you know, and pulled in there, checked it out, and it was so inspiring, man. I've never seen barbecue done like that.
Yeah.
As a little food truck, you know, you got a keg of beer tapped, live. I mean, these guys are having the time of their life, you know.
They were enjoying themselves.
I didn't want to leave.
You know what that is? That's passion.
It is passion.
That's right.
It absolutely is. But I told myself at that moment, like, this is what I want to do every day, every day. You know, it took me a little while, but, you know, we got there. You know, we're building something that's pretty special out in East Texas.
No, you are. It's awesome. You're in East Texas, and I've had you. I've loved your food. I met you. I was about 3 years. 3 years ago now.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. Yeah, yes, sure was.
I featured your stuff on one of the ABC specials, and y'all changed the menu up out there. You got all kinds of great stuff on it. What was the most difficult thing for you when you started? What was the hardest thing when you first started for you to open up?
I think. We didn't really have a plan.
Budweiser, probably.
You know, and we didn't really have a plan. We just jumped into it. We started cooking. I had a full-time job. My wife's got a full-time job. So we were really working 7 days a week.
Both you were working 2 jobs?
Yeah, I was working at Budweiser full-time, and then we opened our barbecue business just 1 day a week.
Okay.
Saturdays.
And I knew we wanted to get into the business, and I obviously couldn't quit my job to jump in and do it,
right.
You know. So that was really the only opportunity we had. You know, we can try it out 1 day a week, see if it grows, see if we can build it into something. And my God, it took me 2 years to get to the point where I could walk away from my full-time job to do it.
Now, Lincoln, has he been with him the whole time?
No, so I didn't start with him until after they had already bought the trailer.
Okay.
But it was still pretty early on.
So you said
I started as a customer before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah. We used to admire his truck, man. This big old Ford truck, big mud tires pull up. I said, look at this kid in this bad truck, dude. And we got to talking to Lincoln, and we'd come to find out he had some family that does some catering. You know, they're in the food business,
right.
And we got in a pinch one time. We had a massive catering for the school district,
for like a
sports banquet.
Yeah.
And I called this dude up. I was like, "Hey, man, I need you. You got to come help us out." You know. And he never left, man.
So he was born down of necessity.
Yeah. We needed
Listen,
him, man.
His name from a penny, and he's born down of necessity. This guy's something else, isn't he?
I worked that event, and then one more afterwards, and then you and Jeremy at the time offered me a job on Saturdays.
Yes.
The first time I met him, I said, "Man, dude, out there, he ought to be able to look like he ought to be on a skateboard somewhere, not behind a pit in a pit room."
That beanie on, a skater beanie on. Yeah,
I wear those too all the time.
Yeah.
Man. It depends on when I'm off.
Yeah.
So what has been the hardest thing for you now? Because you're out there in East Texas, man.
It is, man.
You know,
it's a hard market in East Texas. The hardest thing for any business, man, is customers.
Yeah.
You know, drawing up business.
Yeah.
We were open for 2 years, 1 day a week, and we absolutely killed it. We couldn't keep up. You know, and I was a little naive, not being in the food business. I thought that was going to be
consistent.
The expectation every day.
Yeah,
and,
not so.
Hey, man, we sat there for 6-7 months when we opened, and people did not know we were there.
Yeah.
They still expected us only open on Saturdays.
So we started knocking on doors, man, door to door. Hey, we got a barbecue place down here. We're open 4 days a week.
Were you using social media at that time?
We were using social media.
It wasn't as big as it is now.
I hadn't really figured out the social media. You know,
man,
timing is everything on that.
It is.
And we've learned to post at a time when kind of everybody's engaged, whether they're picking their kids up. You know, it's just that certain time of day, man. We got it dialed in, and it works.
What time is that for you?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock every day. You know, we try to post consistently.
It's like it's like 11, 1, 4, and 7. Those are that's the times.
Yeah. But man, I was going home, laying in bed, posting at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, you can't do that.
Not many people would engage.
No.
You know, so it took us a while to figure that out. And once we got that kind of dialed in, man, people started showing up.
Yeah.
And we climbed us out of that pit we were in. It got dark, man.
Yeah.
It got dark.
When you were doing that, and it was dark. Were you having second thoughts?
Oh yeah, instant regret.
Instant
regret. Man.
So by this time, I had dropped out of college because I went to college in Boston. Dropped out, came back, and was like, I need a job. He's like, I don't really have one. Well, I went home. And like an hour later, he's like, I got a job for you. I'm gonna start next week. And I was like, okay, I guess.
And that's where you started. And now he does. Now you're doing the pit, correct?
Yes, sir. So beforehand, I had just helped them with like catering and stuff.
Yeah.
And then left for college. Decided that's not what I want to do. Came back, and then he taught me how to start cooking.
Well, this dude was a godsend, honestly, because in the beginning, when I was working a full-time job, and when Lincoln came back from school, I was running up there, running home, changing my clothes. We were having to load our trailer,
right?
And then have to have the briskets on by a certain time.
Yeah,
everything's timed in barbecue.
Yeah.
And when he came
it's
back,
all time.
Hey, I'm at work on Friday afternoon. This dude's trimming, seasoning briskets, getting the pit. I mean, it helps so much, man.
Back then, we'd get 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And we'd work.
Yeah.
We'd crawl under that table in the trailer, man, and get a couple hours. Yeah.
28
You know what that
hours
is, don't you? That's passion, baby.
It is passion. No
well,
doubt.
it's passion, and you got to pay the bills.
And a little bit of insanity, too. Man. You got
Yo, it's insanity, all right.
It is.
Starting any business is insane, especially barbecues, because barbecue is labor. If you're doing craft barbecue, it's labor intensive.
And it's a food that people don't always want. Like, it's very intense food.
Yeah.
Makes you feel tired after
eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do a daily special every day for that reason.
Yeah. Try to spice it up.
Yeah, you're doing that now. Y'all are doing daily specials.
People aren't gonna come 4 days, 5 days a week for barbecue platter, barbecue plate, so we wanted an incentive to get people excited.
Yeah.
And dude, we have numerous customers that come every day we're open. Just for the special.
So what are some of the specials you're running now?
Oh my goodness, man, we do. My mom is Chinese.
Right.
She's of Chinese descent. Yeah, my great grandfather was an immigrant.
Come on, man.
No. Seriously,
you don't got a bit of Chinese in you.
Yeah. My great grandfather.
You got farm boy in you is what you got.
I got some of that too. But so my great granddad was an immigrant from China.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so we do some Chinese inspired stuff. We do a lot of.
Okay, you have to back up now, man, because this is interesting.
All right.
You don't throw a story out there. I'm gonna have to draw it out of you. Your granddad?
Yeah, my great grandfather, my mom's mother's father, was an immigrant to the United States from China.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what did he do when he got here? Did he cook or did he work? What?
No, I don't know. I mean, he passed long before I was born, but I think they got into the grocery business.
Okay.
I think they were involved in like a chain of small grocery stores in like Arkansas.
Interesting.
And it's nuts. And I never knew, man. I knew my grandma looked different.
Yeah.
But she was my grandma,
Yeah.
And when I was about 14 years old, we were going to a family reunion, Sioux family reunion.
Sioux family reunion in Houston, Texas. Okay. Like I bet that was big.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Man. It was a city park.
Yeah.
And we pulled in, and I see that, there's banners and Chinese writing and Chinese lanterns. And I asked my mother, I said, Who are these people? Well, that's my cousin Teddy, and that's my, my Aunt Alice, and this is, it was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen, man.
You were just thrown in the middle of it.
Oh, it's cold,
right in the frying pan, man.
Yeah. But
that's interesting.
It was very neat, man. Yeah, I learned a lot that day.
As many times I've visited you and had done stuff with you, I've never been able to ask you because, like I tell you, it's different when someone's sitting in your chair for an interview.
So we brought some today. We brought some smoked Asian glazed ribs.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
One of our specials that we do, and it's a huge hit every time we do it. So
okay, I heard that. So let's back up now to your specials. So what are some? I know you do the corn. I know you do the elote, right?
We do the elote, which I can't take credit for that. You know, the first time I'd ever seen that was at Panther City, in Fort Worth. And
Arnie and Chris,
dude, it was life changing.
Yeah,
you know, so
delicious.
We were kind of in a creative rut, trying to come up with something new, and I reached out to those guys and with their blessing, you know, asked if we can run that, and we did, not knowing what to expect, and man, we run that, and we can't keep up.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Those guys create a lot of great stuff over there at Panther City.
They sure do, man.
Well, the fact that listen to me, the fact that you called and asked them, that's cool. That's respectful. Yeah. And that's unusual. A lot of people just steal it and go on.
No, that's not our style. Oh, no. You know, I've reached out to several guys in the business. If we see something we like, and
especially where you are, you're not going to hurt their business.
Sure. Yeah,
right.
And so we reached out to numerous barbecue places and said, man, love what you're doing. We'd like to do this, on a day or
it's just we know we'd like that courtesy.
And so I would expect that same courtesy in return, you know. And
how long does it take you to prepare the elote? You got to cook the corn. Do you roast it, or do you cook? How do you cook the corn?
No, we griddle it.
Okay.
We griddle it, and we add, we put the sour cream and the spices.
Yeah,
and
I've had it was good.
Lime juice and all that.
Yeah.
And
I think that lime juice and that elote, I think it makes a big difference in the flavor profile change.
It's the acidity, man.
Yeah,
and it cuts through that brisket, and it is delicious.
It's
delicious, man.
No, it's stupid delicious.
It's stupid delicious. That's right. That's right.
It's stupid.
That's right.
I tell everybody, you better pack your bags. You're taking a trip to Deliciousville.
It is that, man.
That's awesome. So, so what's some other specials you're doing?
We do a brisket pho.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't had any of that. I haven't had that
yet. Very good.
I saw that, but I did see it on your social media.
Yep. We do some really cool stuff on colder days, man. We do a smoked chicken and sausage gumbo.
Right.
We do chicken and dumplings that are really good.
Yep.
You do chicken dumplings too?
Who
makes the dumplings?
We make them. We make
I know,
everything.
all right to the trailer? You make them somewhere else? Bring them in?
No, well, what we learned is we didn't have the capacity in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm looking. I know the size of the trailer, and
we use a 40-gallon cauldron under a propane burner.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we hang it up and roll. You know, it's insane.
So we have. I think you have been to the stew festival. We have.
Yeah, it's a Hopkins County stew pot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we just use
40
our stew
gallons,
pot.
man.
Oh,
yeah.
When is that again?
That's usually in October.
October. Okay. Yeah. When it's just when it's getting cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your chicken dumplings, they sell out?
They do very well.
Yeah.
We do. We do a brisket fried rice.
Oh wow.
Yep. And we've done.
We do a chicken teriyaki fried rice now too, which is
really
good.
Chicken teriyaki fried rice bowl.
Asian, and Thai food have blown up.
It has. It has.
That whole culinary region of both those top foods have just blown up everywhere.
Yeah. Well, with his heritage and Asian food is my favorite type of food.
Yeah.
And so I more than encourage it.
I think the flavors. I think the flavors in Asian food and Thai food are more vivacious. You know, they're more alive.
Yeah.
And
very
just
in
loud
your face.
flavors.
Yeah.
They're loud flavors.
Loud,
man.
boy.
Yeah.
But it's delicious.
Yeah. It is delicious.
Can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just eat that.
I know.
I like that. Like there's a place down here in Fort Worth that does a big handmade dumpling, and they stuff it with a glazed.
Is it a bao? Like a bao?
Yeah, it's like a bao. Yeah, and they stuff it with a big piece of smoked pork.
Oh, nice.
You know?
And
then a little glaze on it with some
very nice
with some scallions. Oh, it's delicious. It's simple but delicious.
Yeah.
It's all about that sauce and the spices with that Asian and Thai.
You know, we live in a really cool age right now because, you know, the food has evolved so much over the last 10 years, man. And it has to be due to social media. Yeah. Social media has changed the food
It's changed everything, but it has changed the food and the craft cocktail and the beer. It's changed anything.
It's gone from eating to survive to eating to
there you go.
It.
Yeah. That's exactly what.
Look at me. You know, I mean,
and you know, it's people because of social media. People always want to have the next big thing. So it's about color.
That's right.
It's about the size.
Right.
It's about the creativity. It's about the flavor profiles and also too, that's a lot of the Food Network cooking channels.
Sure, and if it's something they've never seen, it's even better.
Yeah,
but I hear you say that all the time. On your show, it's got to look good. You got to present it well. It's got to look good. And,
that's it.
People eat with their eyes.
I learned that a long time ago in the restaurant business. And it's funny. I don't care if you're selling a $1 hamburger or a $100 steak.
Yeah,
it's got to look good.
That's right.
They both need to look like they're $100.
Yeah. It's just the way it is. Yeah.
Well, and people want to feel like they got what they paid for too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what is it? Is it the cheesy enchiladas y'all sell that look so good on the pictures?
Yeah, we did those this week. Smoked brisket enchiladas.
God, those things just look ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a huge hit for us.
Oh my God!
Somebody made the comment they were teasing the other day about. I think it was somebody in Lincoln's family commented about. Somebody was asking them about the enchiladas. They said, "Well, no, I don't really eat enchiladas covered in cream of mushroom or something like that." And we laughed. I said, "I can assure you, there's not cream of mushroom."
Someone taking a can of cream of mushroom. That's a lazy way of doing it.
No.
I haven't even heard of that.
No, I haven't either, man. I don't know, some prehistoric recipe or something. I'm not sure, but
prehistoric recipe.
No.
So what is your favorite side that you do?
Our side?
Yeah, or not side, but your favorite special.
Man, pork belly's fun because it's such a diverse piece of meat. You can put any flavor profile on it. People don't really understand what it is kind of in our area yet. I get so many odd stares and questions about what is pork belly. It's just bacon.
It's just a big slice of big piece of bacon.
You've been eating it your whole life, man.
I was doing a show on Fox for the best bacon, and the woman and it was funny because she asked me, she said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's just a big thick piece of bacon."
Yeah,
essentially, it's a big thick piece of bacon.
It's a cube bacon.
That's all it is.
It's just more. It's got the flavors. The flavor's more intense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's more texture on your tongue.
Well, the meat, man, if you get that fat rendered right on those, and there's some really incredible meat on that pork belly.
Listen to me. There is nothing anywhere on a damn pig that I don't like. I eat the ears. I'll eat the snout.
The rooter to the tutor, right? Yeah,
the rooter to the tutor, man.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, you have to admit that animal is fantastic.
It is.
Because you can eat everything on that bad boy.
Yeah. I raised them growing up. And it's interesting to be doing that and then to where I am now, which is cooking them. Just kind of
Have y'all done any of the snouts, smoked the snouts out there yet?
No, we haven't. I don't know why. I've been obsessed with pigs. I've never had a pig's foot in my life, but I have been just dying to do something with a pig's feet.
When I was a boy, they used to go into stores back in the 70s, man. And
pickled pig's feet in the jar.
Pickled pig's feet in the big old jar.
Pickled eggs.
And they weren't what they are now. They were probably the worst thing in the world, unhealthy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then they had eggs in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, the culinary scene's changed. Okay, so let's talk about your sides now.
Yep.
So you have all kinds. What's your favorite side?
We have a jalapeno coleslaw.
I've had that. That is delicious.
Yeah, it's
dude.
really good, man.
It's probably our most received.
It's savory.
It is.
It's a savory, a little salty,
a little spicy,
but when you combine all the flavors, it's very alive. It's very vivacious. It's awesome.
Man, we get so many comments on that. We were doing a mac and cheese, like a pepper jack mac and cheese,
which was really good.
And it was pretty hit or miss. Some days we
started getting asked about gluten, so we were like, we'll just.
Yeah. In East Texas, you're getting asked about gluten.
Well, I thought, you know what, we pulled it from the menu for that reason.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I don't want that to come in contact with something else. Get sued, or whatever the case may be.
People are crazy, aren't they?
But we came up with that coleslaw recipe. We called it a jalapeno salad.
Yeah.
Because Josh works for me as well.
Yeah.
Well, his wife just so happened to come at that moment. We were
table.
Oh, sorry. We were running a test batch on it.
She won't eat coleslaw.
And he said, my wife won't eat coleslaw. And I said, man, just get her to try it.
Yeah.
And so she walks in the door, and Josh said, hey, try a bite of this jalapeno salad. And so we call it jalapeno salad. And everybody that walks up to our business, man, what is a jalapeno salad? So we go through the story, and they try it, and they love it. But it's really good.
What I tell you, everything sells better with a story.
That's right.
It tastes better with a story.
Yeah.
It sells better with a story.
That's right.
It's just the way it is. Now when I first had that, you gave it to me and I took one bite, I'm like, holy shit, this is good, man. This is really delicious. And so I took it. My wife does not like coleslaw. Yeah, she hates it. And so I said, I want you to try this. I don't think I told her it was coleslaw, but I may have said jalapeno coleslaw or something. But she loved it. Yeah. I mean, that's the only time she's ever.
Yeah. I think the only one that's more received than that is the Asian coleslaw you do.
Yeah, we do an Asian slaw from time to time.
We sell out of it every time.
Yeah. And it's like a sesame, soy, ginger based.
That's those Asian flavor profiles, man.
It does. And we add.
We usually do it with like the ribs or something.
Yeah, it does well, man.
You combine the two. So you brought some today, and we're gonna see them in a little bit. But you have Asian ribs today.
We do.
And how do you prepare those?
We take so we serve baby backs on our menu.
Right.
We use a St. Louis cut rib on the Asian ribs, and we cut them out of the package. We rub them in ginger paste, and then we do just a regular salt and pepper rub that we put on our normal baby backs.
Spank it and throw it in there.
Hey man, we put a nice sweet glaze on it.
Yeah.
With,
house-made.
Yeah, it's got some soy, some sweet and sour sauce in there, some hoisin, and I think we put ginger in that as well too.
I think so too.
Awesome.
And people love them, man.
You talking about the house-made. So I was at one guy's. I knew he made it, but I was really messy. He was busy, and I said, "Hey man, where'd you buy that sauce?" I didn't buy that sauce. I made that sauce.
Yeah.
Boy, they get real sticky about it.
Yeah, they're serious about barbecue
they
out
are.
there, man.
That's why you just tell them Walmart.
Yeah. So the barbecue scene in East Texas didn't start blowing up to about 5 years ago. Am I correct?
Yeah, and it's changing a lot out there, man. There's, I think probably 10 years ago, to find good barbecue out there was probably a good tote for somebody to find. But there's a ton of good food out there now, man.
Yeah.
There's some good guys doing some really cool stuff out there.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
And I told you they've got Fat Tabs up there and Ida Bell. I mean, his stuff's fantastic. You got a new place there and outside of Clarksville doing Kansas City style barbecue.
Yeah.
And then you got you and then whoever else is on your side. Then you start going down to Houston, But
Yeah, a lot of good barbecue down there too, man. Yeah. And that's the thing with barbecue in Texas is it used to be hard to find a really, really good barbecue spot, and now it's hard to not find a
let
good
me just tell you,
spot,
there's barbecue and there's craft barbecue.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Texas craft barbecue, and to me, it's a big difference.
Sure.
Some people, realistically, it doesn't bother them. Yeah. They have a frame in their mind.
Yeah.
What they think barbecue should taste like, what flavor profile should be.
Either one works,
and they're comfortable with that, and that's a place they go to.
Yeah, that's right.
But if you love barbecue, which a lot of Texans do now, and it's growing numbers by the day, by the week, then the field is totally different. I mean, it's as far as to say a Volkswagen versus a Ferrari to me.
Yeah.
There's absolutely that much difference in it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And I call it craft because it's an art. Yeah. It's an art to do that, to spend all that time to make the sauces and do all that.
Well, there's so much attention to detail. Yeah. I mean, down to the specs of trimming a brisket to how much seasoning do you put on it? Yeah. Is it enough? Is it not enough? Is it too much? There's so many details now that I think everybody has grown up around barbecue, and you should just be kind of a set it, forget it mindset and throw a log on every hour or two. And
pellet.
When it's done, it's done. Oh, man.
Hey, what's your hardest thing when working the pits? What would you say your hardest thing is, Lincoln?
Weather has a lot to do with
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, just because of different drafts will screw up the airflow, temperature difference outside versus inside our smokehouse. It's a lot of different stuff, and it took me for quite a while, about 6 months, to really learn. Yeah. Before I felt.
I would think it would take you a whole season, a whole year to learn the temperatures. Different.
Switching between definitely winter to summer is the biggest.
Yeah.
Just because you have to pay attention to how much wood you have in the firebox, how hot you let the pit get, stuff like that.
I can usually tell how the pit is performing based on the look on his face when I arrive every morning.
Yeah.
If it's a smile, the pit's running good. If face is red, I know, hey,
you got a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem, man.
Well, sometimes it's a lot of work, but it's still fun. Y'all enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it is.
You have to love this to do it. You have to love it to do it. You really do. But we love it more than anything.
Are you comfortable now?
It's funny. We were just talking about that the other day. We're not. I don't like being complacent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that feeling.
You don't ever want to get that way.
I don't.
Yeah.
Kind of scares you.
Which is why we change it up a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we collaborate weekly as a team. You know,
Yeah.
all of us, and hey, what are we going to come up with next week? And so I think people now, especially with food, man, expect something different. They
Yeah.
expect something creative.
Yeah.
And you know, that's an important part of our business. It's an important part of our team too.
And I think
Plus,
now,
it makes it fun.
Yeah. And I think you realize now how much social media drives your business.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pictures.
Yeah, sure, no doubt.
Let's talk about these. You got some sauces here. People can buy these sauces.
They can. They are available. Yep, we sell them
I'm gonna lay them down
at
right
our
here.
location.
Look at, we can see them right there. Okay, we got a habanero sauce. Now, is that hot or is it just flavorful?
It is hot, but the flavor is unreal, in my opinion. I taste some mango in there.
I would hope you would say that. It's got your name on it.
It's really cool, man. And why we decided to do that is every barbecue joint I've ever been to, and probably you too, has got a bottle of hot sauce on the table. And so we reached out to this company that could put our label on it. I thought, man, you know, if we can have our label on some bottles of hot sauce on our tables, why not?
Yeah, and
it's all about branding.
Which one do you like better?
I like the habanero.
You do? Okay.
I tend to like mine a little on the hotter side.
You do? Because you're kind of spicy.
Hey, spicy. I love it.
One of my earliest memories working for him, we had a guy show up and sell us ghost peppers out the window.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay. Well, back then we were only Saturdays only, and so with us just staying up all night, we'd make our own lunch there in the trailer.
Yeah.
And so we had some pulled pork tacos, and he put one on my taco, and he was like, "You got to eat it," and I was like, "Oh." So I ate the whole thing because I was like, if I only take a bite of this, I'm not going to finish my taco.
Yeah.
And I think I finished like a half gallon of milk, the pack of buns.
Was it hot?
Oh, yeah, it was hot.
Were you trying to get the heat out of your mouth?
Here, eat this, but you're not leaving early.
I watched him eat 5 like it was nothing.
Did
I was like,
his face turn red?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you say,
we did everything but get out the fire extinguisher and kill them off, man. Yeah.
But ever since, I eat a lot more spicier food because
you do.
Yeah,
you do.
Well, that's good. You know, you got to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring some of your food in here. We're gonna look at it. And I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about the food.
Cool.
So people want to go out there. Tell them where you are.
We are located in the Fix and Feed parking lot in Sulpher Springs, Texas, and it's kind of a farm and ranch. And they have everything there.
And I don't care where you are in East Texas. If you're an hour or whatever, I would make the drive. I remember the first time I went there. You know, I kept going back and forth. I think I told you.
I remember you telling me that.
I kept going back and forth in front of that damn Fix and Feed, and you were sitting right there. I literally drove. I literally drove past it. And thank you, Josh.
Well,
and,
you know, it's funny is they
thanks,
they rent U-Hauls out of Fix and Feed, and I get more customers looking to rent a U-Haul. So we got to get in the U-Haul business.
All right, let's set this down right here. All right.
Very cool.
All right. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Doing fantastic. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'm Josh Hill. I'm the hype man.
The hype man.
Guy.
You are at the window every time I go over there.
Yep, that's what I do.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thanks for coming today, Josh.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna show this food a little bit right here. I'm gonna spin this around real slow, kind of right here. We're gonna talk. Let's talk first, David, about the ribs.
Yeah, so these are the St. Louis Asian glazed spare ribs I was telling you about.
These look fantastic.
Rubbed with ginger, Asian glaze, smoked. They are really good and really popular.
God,
man.
they smell good.
They're really good.
And these are the chicken poppers, right?
These are the chicken poppers that's been featured on your show a few times, and that's another popular item that we have.
They love that on ABC.
Yeah,
they love that.
Man,
that was one of the most popular thing there.
Yeah, thank you. So we have 2 novelty sausages that a good friend of ours, Ben Buses, owns Blue Bonnet Meat in Trenton, Texas.
Right.
And he is a master craftsman, man. But this is a Frito chili pie
This is a
sausage.
Frito chili pie.
It is.
That looks great. You know what? It's also packed right. Some of the sausages aren't packed right.
Yeah.
They're real loose, and I like to pack.
Man, he has nailed that process. And they, I just learned this the other day. All of their meats are prime and up. So he does a lot of retail prime and Wagyu beef. But this is one. So we kind of collaborated with him, told him what we wanted, and and they perfected it. But this is a Jamaican jerk Jamaican jerk mango pork sausage.
Okay.
That we're debuting tomorrow.
You know, Jamaican jerk is one of my most favorite things in the world. I used to go to Jamaica quite a bit, and I was going to, I think it was Montego Bay, and a guy was driving me in a van, and the windows were propped open. And we were going down the highway. Of course, the highways are real small there, and it's dangerous as hell.
Sure.
They flying, things flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying to set the story, but things flying everywhere, and it's just everything looks like a rat trap around. When you drive, and it's just the way they live. It's nothing bad. I love Jamaica, but I especially love the food and the people in Jamaica. And we were driving. I was like, I could smell it, man. And I said, and then we went past this guy had a trash can with a fire on it. And he had a piece of a barn on top of it, and the chicken was sitting on top.
Oh my goodness.
Couldn't see that. I just saw the smoke coming out, and I said, "Hey man, what's that?" And his driver said, "Man, that's jerk chicken." I said, "Well, turn that sumbug around."
Yeah.
So we turned around, went back there, and I bought 2 or 3 of those things he had on top of that.
No,
it was the best.
Yeah, it's
chicken.
Unbelievable.
The chickens were over in the corner. He was cutting them, doing them right there, and doing them. It was something else now.
Well, the first time I ever had it was in Jamaica on our honeymoon. We were in Ocho Rios, and we had some jerk pork. And that's funny you say that, because I was telling my bus driver about it, and he drove us to a little jerk shack, and we got some to go on the way back to the airport, and I opened the tray up, and there is literal hair coming out of this pig meat. I closed that lid, gave it to my driver as a tip, and was like, "Thank you, man." It was unbelievable. It was excellent. Thank you.
You skipped this a little bit on the mic. Yeah, we go.
But that's a really, really good sausage, man.
That's
it's got
awesome.
some heat to it. But anyways, we're grateful for them. They do really good work, and they do a good job for us.
So how long does it take to make these?
To cook them, as far like prep them. I think we put them on the smoker for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on where we have them located on the pit.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic, man. Delicious.
And what's this sauce here? I know you make this sauce.
That's the blue cheese horseradish sauce that we pair with the
love.
chicken.
It's
weird, people that aren't really accustomed to eating blue cheese,
or horseradish.
That too.
You wouldn't. So when you first told me, I'm like, I love both of them. I love horseradish, I love blue cheese, but I thought I've never put them two together.
Especially with barbecue.
I never put them two together. And boy, I took one bite and I was like, give me a tub of that, baby.
It works, man. It works with that chicken.
It does. How did that come about?
We were tossing around doing like chicken wings or something one day, and I don't eat chicken wings without blue cheese.
Right.
And I thought, dude, we have to have some kind of sauce with these jalapeno chicken poppers.
Yeah.
And we just did a little test batch, and we loved it.
Yeah, but what in your mind made you throw the horseradish with the blue cheese?
I don't know. I mean,
he likes the
Trey,
spice.
So much of what we come up with is so impulsive, and it happens like that. It works sometimes, and sometimes we don't execute it very well. But, hey, we try hard, man.
Hey, but that's the way culinary delights are. That's the way they're created.
Yeah.
So some guys will tell you it takes 8 or 10 or 15 times to make a dish.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I had one big celebrity chef tell me that there's no dish that had been created. You just got to get creative to take that dish and we work around it.
Yeah, that's absolutely
or work
true.
off of it.
That's absolutely true.
This just looks absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you,
so
man.
What's your favorite thing on here?
I'm gonna go with the Jamaican jerk mango pork sausage right now, man. I'm a huge fan of that, and I am so excited to introduce that tomorrow.
It's tomorrow's the first day.
We're debuting that tomorrow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's going to debut with my mouth later on.
Hey, we are really excited, man. Both are great.
Yeah,
so.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So, Josh, you've been there. You've been there since they started.
No, I've been there for about a year, going on 2 years now.
Okay, well,
about a year and a half.
I thought it was
since they've gone full time.
We try to recruit him for 3 years, but he's been with us about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the business?
The people.
Every
just
time I come
learning
up there, you're smiling.
Oh, I mean, I enjoyed meeting the customers, getting to know people's names. Just something about sending out great food and watching them light up, or seeing the pictures that they post after they leave.
Yeah,
just either of an empty tray or before and after pictures. That's just awesome.
So how many times have somebody eaten food and you come back up there and go, man, that was so good?
Oh, daily.
Daily.
And that's
why?
That's the most humbling thing.
Because they're used to eating the other side of that barbecue I'm talking about.
Yeah,
they're used to they're used to eating they're used to riding in the Volkswagen, not the Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
It is, but that's the best part about this business, man. It's just the customers and the feedback you get, and when you're tired and you're sweating and you're crying, and that one customer it makes it all worth it, man. When they come and tell you how great it is. Yeah. So,
how long does it take you start to finish? How long does it take you to trim a brisket and get it ready?
We
got a ghost in here.
I would say one brisket, probably under 10 minutes, start to finish. That's cutting it out of the package and trimming it, seasoning it.
That's when y'all do it.
Yeah. So Lincoln's kind of taking Josh under his wing, and Josh has been coming up at night and kind of learning that side of the business, the trimming and seasoning and cooking.
Everybody's getting cross-trained up in there.
Oh, yeah. It's nice, man,
when you run a small operation, my granddad, when I was really little and told you to tell everybody, it's about being cross-trained. It's about everybody being able to do everything in a small operation. That's what makes you successful.
Yeah.
Because if all of you can only do one thing and someone didn't show up or something happens, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well,
people get stressed out.
That's the nice part. We are a very small operation, but the expectation out of each other is very high. I expect a lot out of these guys, and they expect a lot out of me in return. And they give it, I give it, and that's what works for us.
Teamwork,
man.
baby.
It is.
They call
Absolutely.
that teamwork.
It is teamwork, man.
Hashtag teamwork.
We have a good crew. Hashtag teamwork.
Hashtag teamwork.
Sure.
That's good. You're going to have to put that on your add that to your teamwork. Yeah.
You got to have a good team, man.
What is your absolute favorite thing when you get up every day about the barbecue business? What's your favorite thing about the barbecue business? And don't just make something up. Be honest.
No, it's funny. I just had this conversation. The smells and the aromas, man. I don't care where you're at, but when you smell that smell, it takes you back to a place, somewhere in your life.
Yeah.
But every morning, I pull up, I get out, and I smell that sweet smoke rolling, dude, and it just takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Every day I feel like that. I love it, and I get excited. I'm pumped up, and and get there, and Lincoln's pissed off because the pit ain't running right for him. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
I'm real bad. I'm a very visual individual.
Yeah.
And I watch food shows 24/7. If I'm not watching them, I'm listening to them. I'm working there. I'm on two different screens behind me, and then I'll turn around. Like if I hear a new dish or a new chef or something like that, But I'm real bad about going to bed. Like last night, I was watching food shows, laying in bed, and I got hungrier. My girlfriend was like, "Trey, turn the TV off. I'm getting hungry, man. I can't eat at 9 o'clock at night."
Yeah.
But I'm just visual of something, and if I see a dish that really looks, delicious, it's
what's the worst of those it's the Food Paradise shows.
Yeah, those are good.
The best burritos in the country.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst at night. Man.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with a bowl of Cheerios at 2 a.m, hungry.
Well, there's no Cheerios. My house is always loaded with food. It's just I want to get up and eat it or not. But also, I have to. There's a lot of. Not only has the barbecue business the last decade gone crazy, but the pizza business has gone crazy.
Pizza too, yeah.
Last 10 years, there's lots of craft pizza makers. And,
there is.
I mean, little places, and just make delicious pizza. Yeah. And the thinner it gets, the more I can eat.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Goodwood, we have a really cool place in town that we collaborate with. They buy brisket from us, and they do a Philly cheesesteak pizza. And it is unbelievable, man.
Do you trade or they buy the brisket?
No, they buy it from us. And when we try to go down there and support them, and they're doing a good job.
It's
man.
really good.
Good pizza.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
So what has been the most? What has been the most? I'll ask you. Might have different answer, but what has been the thing that the customers love the most at your place? The absolute most.
I think the service. And we put a lot of energy into that on purpose. Yeah. You have to have good customer service, man. Because
you do nowadays.
I've been to places where the food has just blown me away, and the service is terrible. And
piss you off, you don't want to go back.
I won't go back.
I know, pisses me off.
I won't go back.
Yeah.
So. We try really hard, man, to we want people to come back, and we try to get as many people as we can on a first name basis, and slapping them on the back. And
I may mess up a few first names every once in a while. And they won't tell me till the second or third time. It's like, hey, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
We called a customer by the wrong name for a year, a couple of months.
Since I've been here, and then
didn't say anything.
No, he finally told me, no,
anything,
that's my wife's name, and I was like, oh.
But you got to have good customer service.
Your wife's name?
It was his wife's name. It was Chris.
Oh,
but
so you didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and finally one day he
we're
was like,
calling
well,
him by
actually,
his wife's name.
and he was like, no, I'm.
I love my wife so much you can call me your name all you want to. Hey, what is the most favorite food product you think that your customers come back time and time again for?
Brisket.
Brisket, okay.
You know, brisket's king in Texas, man. It's always,
it is, isn't it?
Beef dominates every other item on the menu.
Always. I travel a lot for business, for food, all over the country, and I always try to go to the other barbecue joints just to see, boy. Sure. And boy, when you leave Texas, now there is a lot of Texas influence now in other places around the United States.
Oh, it's growing big time.
They come and they learn, or they lived here and they moved out. But for the most part, it's not there. And you go get that brisket, and you get it, and you go, "What in the hell is going on up in this place?"
A lot of it's shaved, shaved meat. You know?
All right, it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's just not cooked right.
Sure. Yep.
But they got lines of people. The dining room is full. It's just what. Here we go again.
Yeah.
You want to ride in that Volkswagen, or you want to ride in that Ferrari? There's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
So what has been at the window? What has been the thing that people ask for the most to you?
Honestly, like you said, the brisket's pretty good, but I think our ribs get asked for a lot. I mean, we have some people that'll buy a full rack or two at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when we do the Asian glazed ribs, we'll sell 2 or 3 of those racks.
Do y'all
at a time.
limit that stuff? I mean, how do you control your because you're a small place? So how do you control?
Well, so we look at our sales. You know, we're constantly looking at numbers over last week or last month or. You know, the same day over the previous year, and you have to pay attention to that to know what to cook because, but it's tough. It's tough to gauge it. We don't cook as much on Wednesday as we do on Friday and Saturday. You know, so we start off with what we think we can sell on Wednesday. We bump that up Thursday, bump that up Friday, and we bump that up Saturday. So
typically, the only thing I remember that we have truly had to limit a number to were our jalapeno popper chickens.
Yeah.
When we first came out with those, we would make so many, and we'd have 2 companies come up and buy 3 dozen of each.
Oh, that's not fair to the customers, is it?
Yeah. So we had to start. We limited those to 2 to 4 per order.
Yeah, we did.
Did that make them mad?
No, I mean, people understood.
Well, they could call and place a pre-order if they wanted to, couldn't they?
Yes. They could, yes. And we do that. That's a huge part of our business, is the pre-ordering.
I would think that's a little more respectful, too, as small as you are.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean, not to go up there just being, because in today's society, a lot of people get busy. They don't think about it. They don't pre-plan.
Yeah.
But as small as you are, to come up and try to buy all of them,
Sure.
That'd be something like I'd do.
And, man, we've learned a lot over COVID, just the logistics of the business. I mean, we've had to manipulate several things, delivery and curbside.
I was just fixing to ask you about how that happened.
So, I had never even considered the thought of delivery. But now that we have gotten into that a few times, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, we're missing out on a tremendous opportunity.
You gonna have one of those little. You know what you need? You need a van with a big old snout on the front and a big pigtail on the back and 2 big pig ears.
I was thinking like a pig Vespa would be.
But, hey, that's smart. That's spending less money.
That's right.
And it's a small place. Actually, you could get around, couldn't you? In a little.
Well, we just signed up with DoorDash, man, because
does it work?
Well, we don't know. We just partnered with them this week.
Is DoorDash going to work in East Texas though?
I don't know. We have had. It's relatively new to our area.
People in East Texas now. I got a ranch out there. 2 ranches, and they little resistant to change about most stuff.
Oh yeah.
No offense. It's just they're a little bit resistant to change.
Sure. And
that's probably why they like living out in the country.
Sure.
So
yeah. But I never realized what we were missing out on, not having delivery. And so DoorDash, I think for us, man, could be a huge opportunity for us.
Yeah. East Texas has been my favorite place. We've had ranches all over in East Texas. My favorite place to have ranches, have cattle. I love the trees.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Love the people.
It's beautiful.
Man, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Of course, we got 100-year-old trees all over the place, pecan trees. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't beat it.
The terrain is what I like about East Texas. You never
know
get a
what you're
further
going to
north, and then, you get close to the Red River. The terrain's a little different than down in Nacogdoches.
Yeah, you go down to Piney Woods and Nacogdoches.
It's gorgeous.
Piney Woods.
People don't realize all the different terrains that are in Texas if you're not from here. They think Texas, if they're not from here, is a prairie with a bunch of longhorns and horses.
Right.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
Except for Dallas, because the show Dallas and JR put that on the map. But most of them have a preconceived notion.
Well, they mainstream Texas with Dallas. They put Texas mainstream.
Yeah, that's funny. So what's going to be y'all's next deal? What y'all have anything big coming up, like big events or anything?
Well,
they're starting to open up events back in.
They are.
Okay.
They are, and So we're doing a veterans cook-off, which Josh is a veteran. I should have mentioned that earlier. He's an Army
Thank you for your
veteran.
service. Appreciate that.
And
awesome.
So we do a veterans cook-off, barbecue cook-off every year, and then we just got invited to Red Dirt. Tyler,
I love Red Dirt.
Yeah, that's big, man. So we're really excited about
When
that.
is it this year?
May 1st.
Awesome.
May 1st.
Oh, it's coming up then.
Yeah. It's around the corner.
Wow.
Man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be exciting.
We're very excited about that.
So you'll be down there with the big boys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too far from you.
No, Tyler's about an hour away. So,
I can get there from Fort Worth on that highway, man. We leave early in the morning, boy. It's quick.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yeah, it amazes me, man. Just I feel like we're so far away from everything, and then we make the drive to Dallas, or coming here. I'm looking at the map, like 2 hours away, but it felt like we got here in 30 minutes, man.
2 hours. I drive 3 hours one way. That's a snack.
Yeah,
that's a snack.
Yeah, I know.
That's a snack.
I know.
That's time for me to. I can eat about a half a rack, or 2 poppers.
There you go. Yeah.
So So overall, you're happy you started the barbecue business.
I am happy. Yeah, I love it.
And are you going to try to expand a little bit eventually?
I don't know. The growth. We're starting to just now see the growth that we need. But I'm a calculated risk taker.
Yeah.
So I like to.
You're not going to jump off into pond?
I'm not going to jump off into it. But if the organic growth is there, we'll make the adjustments and do what we have to do. And eventually, I would like to see us in a brick and mortar, But is now the time? No, probably not.
COVID. It's gonna take a year and a half for everybody to recover from COVID. It's going to take.
It is.
It's not over.
Yeah.
Especially in East Texas, it's going to be a little faster.
Yeah.
But for the majority of the Metroplex areas, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah. Sure.
Because people are scared, and 500,000 people died.
Well, man, we've been not we, but the country, the state. Everybody's been devastated by this.
151,000 restaurants closed forever.
Unbelievable.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It's terrible.
2.5 million jobs lost. Isn't that crazy? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's your social media handles?
Our social media handle is Twitter's at BBQ Oasis. Our Instagram is DSlaughterTX, and then our Facebook page is Slaughter's BBQ Oasis, and our website is Slaughter's BBQ or slaughtersbbqoasis.com.
If they go just to the website, is all your handles on there?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Has our address, and you can leave us comments, leave your contact
Have y'all
information.
started doing TikTok yet?
I have not started TikTok.
I started TikTok, and I'm a TikToker now.
Oh, man.
I think I'm on every platform they have, man. But you got
that might be for the weekend.
To be, hey, that'd be good. I mean, seriously, you do crazy stuff, and people, especially the food, man.
Yeah.
Here we talk about the food again, but TikTok's addicting, man. It's got a lot of cool stuff on there.
Oh, that's Trey. I would never.
And the videos, the quality of the videos on TikTok are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, just the technology we have at hand now.
Yeah.
With the cell phone.
Isn't that crazy?
It's unreal. It's unreal the technology we have.
Me and Link were talking the other day. The TikTok, the different cooking TikToks that are coming out now are just insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's hard to keep up with all of it. It really is.
You got to, man.
Yeah, you have to.
I spend all day, every day, 7 days a week, running those social media sites, man.
Well, it's funny. Before I did this, and we had a barbecue page and this page and that. I would set my phone down on Friday afternoon after
do
work,
that now.
and I wouldn't pick it up till Monday morning.
Can't do that now, baby.
I can't get away from it.
You got to be hooked in.
It's a vital part of business.
It's a damn vital part of business. That's how I find chefs, how I find dishes, food.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, guys, so I appreciate you coming, man.
Hey, thank you for having us, man. Thank you very much, Trey. Thank you for all that you do for the food industry, not just barbecue, but as a whole, man. Thank you. You're always out there grinding it out, dude, hustling. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
For sure.
So next week we got another great show coming up on Friday. And you can also see all of our shows live on the Country Network on the app. And that's just, if you can Google the Country Network, go to their website and hit the app link or download the app. It's all free now. It's all free. You can watch the music videos, all my shows. That's all I'm worried about are my shows. You can watch my shows free. And we're fixing to start our new show worldwide. Trish and I, we're going to be talking about chefs from all over the world, from UK to California, from
cool.
Washington all the way to Jamaica.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a 30-minute show. We're going to talk about different food genres and different dishes.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
I love talking food, baby.
Yeah, sure.
It's all about that. It's all about that next dish.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. So you can go to TreysChowdown.com. That's TreysChowdown.com. I'm on all the social media sites now. If you're a TikToker, hit me up on TikTok and follow me. I'm doing some funny food videos. But most importantly, you can just Google me. I like to tell everybody that. Just Google me. Just Google me.
Google's powerful, man.
It's very powerful. It sounds good if you want to Google me. It sounds good, right? Y'all just tell people Google us, Slaughters.
That's it.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
I have.
What comes up? It's all good?
It's a plethora of good and bad. Good and bad.
That's awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate y'all coming out,
thank
and
you.
I'll be sure and tell Lincoln I appreciate it. I'm sure he's watching outside in that
sure will.
viewing area. Josh, thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Slaughter.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Mr. Pitmaster.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same bad channel.